Yo, I'm Sickfishsticks and thanks for clicking on my video. New week and a handful of free games have been made available for your beautiful face to enjoy. We have some pretty good games to look at this week, and first up, something a bit special for the big brain strategy boys out there. It's Crusader Kings 2, which is free to claim for the next few days over on GOG. And there are two things, and only two things I want to say about Crusader Kings 2. One, it has the potential to be a great game. And I'll tell you why. Because it will bring out the absolute worst in you. The world in Crusader Kings 2 is a dirty, lying and vengeful place. Being nice is just not gonna cut it. You'll learn that quickly. I lied, fornicated, blackmailed and murdered my way to power, and the scary thing is I actually enjoyed it. And once I was in power, I did everything I could to keep it. 2. The game has a severe case of rampant DLC fever. It'll try and shove a DLC down your throat at every goddamn turn. It's unbearable. I would rather go sit on a cactus for a more enjoyable experience. It's not how gaming should be. Anyway, you go decide. It's free to keep over on the GOG store. Next up, BlasterBeat, which is a new PvP rhythm shooter. Master shooting to a unique variety of tracks in dynamic and rhythm-based gameplay. It's not too bad of a looker either, with arenas that allow for some good action. Listen, I have as much rhythm as your local grandmother who's going through her second hip replacement. So I suck at this game more than I usually suck at games. Let's just say I found a new low. Anyway, we're drifting off topic here. BlasterBeat is an interesting fusion of shooting and rhythm-based gameplay that offers a fresh and funky experience. It's definitely worth a try if you're lucky enough to have been born with rhythm. Considering it's free and all. Remember, links to all of the games I've mentioned in this video are in the description for you lazy buggers. That's the high quality type of service that I like to provide. If you want to stay up to date with free games, then remember to subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to make me extra happy. Next up, we have Sigma Theory, a turn-based strategy game in a futuristic global Cold War from the creators of Out There. You recruit a squad of special agents and run your intel agency to secure control of something they call the Singularity. In short, your goal is to become the first to achieve enlightenment, which you do by kidnapping the best scientists from around the world and making them research groundbreaking technologies for you. It's an interesting mix of genres and definitely worth a try with its $0 asking price. Ubisoft are trying to get a hold of your hard-earned money on a more regular basis. And how better to do that than with a subscription? Give us a bit of your hard-earned money every month and play all of our games for free. If you're a Ubisoft fanboy, I guess it's not a bad offer, as Ubisoft have some hard-hitting AAA games which are genre-defining. They currently have this offer going around where you can try their service completely free for 7 days, allowing you to flavor each and every game they've ever made or go all in and finish one like a juicy Far Cry run or two. It's a pretty good deal, giving your beautiful face access to hundreds of games to try for a week. It's important you set yourself a reminder on the 6th day, like an alarm or a calendar notification, to unsubscribe from the service. Well, of course, if you don't intend on staying subscribed. Next up, we have Anyu, a 3D third-person narrative exploration game. It's set in a frozen wasteland where an ancient civilization once fell. It's centered around movement, puzzles based, and dealing with environmental mechanics. It is super chill and a great way to spend an hour. Well, it might last longer for you depending on how many brain cells you have left. A few bugs here and there, but it's not a joy killer. Considering it's a student project, it's actually pretty good. Epic Games has 2 games up for grabs next week. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, which is a Dungeon and Dragon strategy management game, uniting characters throughout the D&D multiverse into a grand adventure, and The Hunter Call of the Wild. The Idle Champions, I really have no idea what I'm looking at. It's sitting in with mostly positive reviews on Steam with around 12,000 reviews, so I guess some people like it. In a way, I guess it's fair to say that the game does what it advertises and does it fairly well. It gives you all the correct dopamine injections to let your lizard brain thrive. Second game to grab next week is the Hunter Call of the Wild, which I guess is worth every buck. In fairness, I have only taken this game out for a spin once. I walked around for what felt like 3 hours without seeing anything to shoot, and then I got unalived by a horde of wild boars. And as a Middle Eastern, that's even extra offensive. No, jokes aside, the Hunter Call of the Wild is an excellent and gorgeous outdoor walking simulator. Both games are available from the 22nd of June. Keep in mind, if you didn't see my video from last week, if you're quick, you can still get your hands on Guacamelee 1 and 2 until the 22nd of June. The Guacamelee franchise is a Metroidvania-style action platformer set in a magical Mexican-inspired world. The game draws its inspiration from traditional Mexican folklore and culture, and features many interesting and unique characters. The game has just the right spice, with the developers adding deep melee combat, a new dimension switching mechanics, and cooperative local multiplayer for better or worse. Next up, we have Attic Panic, which is a 2 to 4 player top-down supernatural roguelike shooter where you play as possessed toys that battle each other to entertain the entity. The entity which so gracefully grants players unique powers and abilities at the end of each round. This bad boy is surprisingly fun to play. It's a slow burner to begin with, but once the power-ups accumulate, you'll be smashing those noobs back to the Stone Ages, and it will for sure leave you with a smile from ear to ear. A small tip, bring some friends if you're lucky enough to have any of those, as the player numbers aren't that high. Well, yet that is. And I think that should start changing for the better as more people discover the game. Attic Panic is available for you to grab over on Steam. I was just about to finish the script of this video when I came across Bar. It's called Beyond All Reason, and it's a real-time strategy game that's free to play. The uniqueness in Bar is that all units and projectiles are simulated in real time. The game offers fully simulated projectile ballistics, explosional physics, and terrain deformation. You get to enjoy an immersive RTS experience whether you're commanding individual units or armies of thousands. Take control as you engage in an epic struggle for domination. Each and every unit in the game has a role to fill. Mix and match units to create infinite possible tactics. You get to experiment with your own combination and show off the new strategies you develop in battle. It seems to be off at a very good start, and it's great to see some new blood in the RTS genre. It's not available on Steam or Epic, but I'm gonna leave a link directly to the developer's website where you can sign up and get to playing. And that's pretty much all I had for you in this one. Thanks a lot for taking the time to watch my video. Thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, subscribe if you haven't, like why not? Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.